This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
You know, but good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck Neil Diamond.
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah. Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker.
I want the ability to time travel.
Dumb. This is stupid. Welcome to the Hopper, ladies and gentlemen. With me, as always, my co-host Adam. It's great to see you.
That's right.
It's been a minute. So, as always, Adam's going to start with Miller High Life.
Not quite yet.
And a Pisa.
Here we go. The P-S-A. Welcome to the number one common sense podcast in the universe. We've just expanded. Episode number 107. Visit us at theharperguys.com. There you can also find our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube links, like the Fred Martin Car Guys. You can also find us everywhere podcasts are found. Ideas, complaints, or just want to say hello, email us at theharperguys@gmail.com.
For the love of God, somebody send me an email.
Yeah, we don't get many.
No, we're definitely due.
And it's, you know what? It's probably apropos because we don't fucking check the shit all that much, but we do get notified.
I mean, it's in there, you know.
I should probably look at it.
Apropos.
Maybe I should look at our email.
We might have some wonderful show ideas in there just waiting for us, you know?
Somebody might just want to say, hi. Maybe not. Anyways, tonight's program is brought to you by Miller High Life and...
this is by Baker's. This is actually a wonderful little 12-year Baker's I was able to get my hands on. It's pretty tasty, so I've been enjoying working my way through it, to say the least.
Baker's what, for those who don't know?
That's
Baker's Bourbon?
Yeah, it's a Baker's. 107 Bourbon. So... fucking delicious.
So if we're in the scale of bourbons, like the ultimate to, not so much, where would this fit in there? About 7, 8?
So let's just make sure we're on the right scale.
Okay.
So like,
inform me.
If you take every bottle of bourbon that's on the market,
sure.
Like, where would this go percentage-wise? Is that what you're asking?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest.
10 being the best bourbons on earth, or the best bourbons for the price, or like, what am I basing this on?
The holy grail to the cheapest piece of shit shelf bourbon.
I would tell you that this is probably like a 70 to 75%er.
So it was 7.5.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it on a 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Yeah, that's where I would put it, for sure.
For the common folk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it may be a little higher, like as far as like what the numbers that it would be rated, you know? I'm just talking,
yeah.
If you look at it compared to all other bourbons, it's really good. I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, especially for its price point, if you can find it. I think when they were being sold in Ohio, they were like $119. So $119 for a pretty tasty bottle isn't terrible. So
not right now.
No.
And you told me earlier that currently prices are going down a little bit
in the secondary market. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of people that buy stuff, sell it, trade it. You know what I mean?
So it's a better time to buy more expensive bourbons currently.
Yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Like there's a couple of like Weller 12. It's the Black Label Weller. It's really, really good. That was up close to $300 last year. It's down like right around $200, like everywhere. Saving $100 on a really good bottle of bourbon is a lot of money.
Well, and plus at some point it's gonna go back up.
Right.
So this is a great time for your entry level bourbon folk
to
get in there and buy a couple expensive bottles or more expensive bottles and then sit on them.
I agree. I definitely agree if you can afford to.
If you can afford to. Don't do it just because I said so.
Right, this is
I
not-
know I'm very influential.
Right, we're not giving investment strategies.
The Hateful Eight are out there going, but he said Bitcoin was going to go up. Bitcoin is down, dog.
Why did I liquidate my 401k for AMC? Gosh.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Bitcoin is funny. Now, I don't know. Now, I'm not like the crypto guy.
Yeah.
But a couple years ago, I got into crypto, or maybe a year and a half ago. I got into a little bit of crypto.
Yeah.
And just on a very small scale. We're talking like I invested like $25.
Yeah.
Or under 30 anyways. And at one point, like immediately, it was up to like $90. It hit the spike wave. And then since that $90, that $25, almost $30 went to 90, it is now worth about 10. So, of course, I'm not going to pull. I'm going to wait and see if I can get that $30 above 30 again.
Yep.
But at some point it will go up. But Bitcoin, in this app, Bitcoin always tells you where it's at because it's the number one cryptocurrency. Sorry, I tripped.
I wasn't sure where you were going with it.
Anyways, it's the number one. But it was up when I first joined. It was up to 60 grand a share.
Wow.
It's like 17,000
Grand.
a share. It dropped. I mean, there's people out there got to be freaking.
Oh, there's people that are probably losing their minds right now.
A few probably jumped off the cliff. Maybe not all of them, but a couple. Hope not. Hope you didn't.
I don't have
I was thinking about that.
any Bitcoin.
I was thinking about that when I heard today. I was driving around and I heard "Jump" by Van Halen.
Yeah.
And for the first time, it finally hit me. I wonder how many people just said, "Might as well jump."
Wow.
It's horrible, but I
You think it's getting to that point already over money? Like not
no,
over money,
no. Over that song and having a bad day, and they just heard Van Halen, and they're like, "All right."
Here we go. I hope not many. Like I hope this is very
But
very small
as
number.
sensitive as our country is now, I'm surprised they even play that song anymore.
Right. I think they're telling you to jump in. You know what I mean?
Might as well jump.
Like let's go. Like that's what they're saying. Like it's not like timber.
And I'm going to change something.
Oh shit.
You can go back to 2 different episodes on this show where we have covered the greatest bands, rock legends of all time. And my favorite has always been Jimi Hendrix, but I'm changing that to Eddie
To which Eddie?
Van Halen.
You're switching. So. What are we talking about? He's your favorite what?
Not favorite. I'm classifying him as the greatest guitarist ever.
Really?
Yeah,
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen.
Okay.
It's just I've been hearing more and seeing more and watching more, and it's just like he was a trailblazer. He's doing new shit in the 80s that no one had ever seen. Now Hendrix did that in the 60s and 70s as well, so it's comparable. But for some reason, I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
And maybe
I'm good with that.
the reason is because it was from my generation.
Yeah.
I never got to see. Of course, I never went and saw Van Halen either. But
gonna say.
I seen him on MTV
And he's gone now. Wasn't he
is
married to Valerie Bertinelli?
at some point.
Right? Like forever, right? Been together for a long, long time.
Yeah. And his son is Wolfgang.
Oh yeah.
Now I have watched videos
Old Wolfie, huh?
recently. Wolfgang Van Halen, and they show him playing like Eruption and shit, the stuff that made Eddie Van Halen famous.
Yeah.
And he like nails it. So he obviously inherited a lot of his dad's talents.
Kick and shred, huh?
But his
ma?
his band is, or I think his band is called Mammoth.
They're not quite as big as Van Halen.
But I think it's like Mammoth WH or something, or VH or WHV. I don't know. Anyways,
I'll have to look them up. I don't know anything by them.
but I'm pretty sure
off the rip.
it's called Mammoth because boy is gigantic. He is big and like tall and just. I think I don't know if it's Mammoth because of him or I don't know what, but
He's just a big old boy, huh?
regardless, he can freaking shred. And,
Okay.
and they also showed him playing the drums.
Yeah.
Like he's doing everything on this album. So
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to them. He's not the first. I mean, you have guys like the Smashing Pumpkins guy, Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
He did all that.
And he did not look like a rock and roller. You see
No.
that? You see that guy on the street, you would have no idea that was Billy Corgan.
Right. And the Nine Inch Nails guy, Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
He did all his stuff. then got the band later.
Oh, what was it? Me and Josh were talking about this the other day. I got Trent Reznor confused with somebody that he was talking about from another band. Somebody Resnick? Is there a Resnick that's super famous? That's
Judy Resnick. She died in the 84 space launch.
Is that true?
Yes. The teacher that died.
Is that her name?
Judy Resnick.
Good job. But that wasn't who we're talking about, I'm pretty sure. So
I
anyway,
know something.
that was actually really good.
Yeah.
I'll give you fucking props on that one. So anyway, never mind. Not a cool story because I can't remember who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I'll find out though. Start with a J. Jared Resnick?
It doesn't matter.
I'll ask Josh.
If
I'll
it
know.
clicks during the show, just say, "Hey, I got it."
Yeah. Got
All
it.
right. Do you have any updates? It's been a few more weeks than we'd like to go in between shows, but here we are, nonetheless.
Updates. Not really.
Like I want to tell the world about this.
Not really.
Okay.
I'm kind of just shit for the show.
Okay.
I'm ready for Thanksgiving month for all you motherfuckers out there that are got Christmas shit fucking going and fucking Christmas music going and shit. And if you've already thawed out fucking Mariah Carey, put her ass back in the fucking freezer.
You saw that joke, huh? You saw that joke. They showed Mariah Carey under like she's under ice.
Yeah.
Said, "Hurry up, because she's about to thaw."
Yeah. So I'm.
Did anybody get their Christmas lights out yet?
Fuck that, man.
It's been warm.
You've been warm.
Yeah, I have been warm. But anyways, I did that. Now, it's always against my will. But then but you know what? It's such a long process. You're like, oh, lights, hour and a half. No, 5 hours later.
It's been nice for 3 weeks though.
No, I finally got them up. Finished them.
I mean, kudos
yesterday.
to you.
Finished them yesterday because I'm looking at the weeks and I'm like, gotta do it now.
Did you see my lights on the way in?
Your tail lights.
Okay. Because they're camo.
Because they're camo.
Can't see shit.
That's right. Like me without these glasses when I'm reading.
Right.
All right. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So the first topic I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
Products in the stores through the roof. Eggs now in our little Acme where I live are like $4. I mean,
Sure.
it wasn't that long ago they were $1.46.
Right.
I mean, wasn't that long ago.
Agreed.
We would go over to the Walmart over here where they were 99 cents. Now I think they're $3.30. It's a lot for Walmart.
Right.
Everybody's just talking about inflation. No one's talking about where one of the big reasons where it's coming from. Diesel fuel.
Agreed. Huge.
I saw it the other day, and I'm looking at the gas station, and I'm driving up, and I'm like, well, gas is $3.60. No, it was $3.85. And I'm like, diesel fuel is at $5.80 something. There wasn't, not too long ago, I said that already once, but it wasn't too long ago, the diesel fuel was cheaper by a lot than regular unleaded gas.
It's been a while, but yes. We were probably kids.
No, it wasn't that long ago. I can remember being 18.
I'm not far off.
I can remember being 18, and the diesel fuel was I'm paying. I mean, gas wasn't even expensive that bad then,
Right.
like it is now. But anyways, long story short, we're paying more per product because these trucks have to deliver this shit. You have to pay the upcharge when the trucking companies have to pay the upcharge in fuel.
Yeah.
But they don't talk. No one is talking about diesel prices. They're talking about gas prices.
A lot of people are talking about diesel prices.
I haven't heard anybody talk about diesel. I hear people complaining about gas prices in general just because they're expensive. I haven't heard inflation. They talk about inflation, but they're not giving any reasons. Diesel fuel is one of them.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Biden, last night, or maybe it was the night before, he was on there talking about, well, what are we going to do about correcting some of this? Are you guys going to change anything you're doing? And, of course, he said no. I know you saw that, right?
I did.
He said, no, we're not going to change anything. And then he spouted this off. He said, and the oil companies are doing a horrible job at production or something along those lines. He fucking shut down.
The Keystone Pipeline.
He took that away.
Sure.
How can he blame anybody but himself?
Because he's expecting more out of the rest of the world, and basically it was OPEC that shut everything down. He's not wrong that OPEC did shut, they reduced it by 1 million barrels a day, I think is what they shortened it by.
Who is OPEC?
OPEC is this group that carries 80% of the world's fucking oil. It's a bunch of Saudis, Syrians, all...
Okay, stop right there.
Okay.
We were oil independent.
Energy.
Right, but we were...
But not just because of oil and natural gas, but not just oil, like all energy.
So we didn't need to rely on OPEC at that time.
Correct.
When Trump was in office and got the pipeline opened and everything was flowing and we're all, I'll say oil independent, energy, whatever, we wouldn't have had this issue. Diesel would still be down. Our prices wouldn't have gone up, but he fucked the pipeline and now everything's going up. So now we're dependent on OPEC, which I just learned, that's a new word for me, to not raise our rates, which we shouldn't have been doing anyways. It should have been independent. I learned that from my first big corporate owner. If you can get everything in-house, you're going to pay a lot less overhead, and you're going to be able to make more fucking money.
Agreed.
John Rohr. He wanted everything in-house as much as he could.
Right. Outsourcing sucks.
So this isn't fucking brain surgery. They obviously knew if we shut this down, it's going to drive prices up. The consumers are going to have to pay more. Why the fuck would they want that?
Why would they want that?
Obviously, the Democrats. Why would they want that?
So this is their mentality on the entire thing. If you want to strip your property that your country has of all this oil and send all your oil over the world, that's fine. We'll buy all of it, but we're not going to do that to our country anymore. They're trying to say that we're destroying the country with the mining when it has been proven again and again that mining can be done very cleanly now. So that's what the argument is that we're still holding on to our natural resources. If shit ever hits the fan and nobody can get a barrel of oil out of another country, at least there's something underneath our feet to drill.
It's insane that we as
somebody's going to take us over and fucking drill that oil. It's just going to happen.
It's insane that we as a country want to do this to our own people when we were independent with oil and the prices would have stayed low. The trucking companies wouldn't have to pay all this extra diesel overhead. And what about all the good old boys that bought those diesel trucks? How do you think they're fucking liking it?
They're not. They are not liking it.
You remember that wave of those Cumming engines, diesel trucks, those big motherfuckers? And you'd see them blowing down the highway all the time?
I do.
I don't see as many blowing down the highway anymore.
Not these days. 100% true.
Son of a bitch. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the first topic. Diesel and inflation prices. It's not necessarily inflation if we just would get the fucking pipeline back up.
Right. But it also tells, like, there's more that goes into this, though, like, especially, like, when you start looking at it, like, draw it apart a little bit. You know, like,
Exploded view.
Well, like, draw your view a little bit. You know what I mean? To where it's like, if we were living in a time where healthy food wasn't so fucking expensive, everybody would be able to just go down to local farmers markets, buy them out of house and hold. You know what I mean? Buy everything that they've got out there, and the Walmarts of the fucking world would stay full fucking stocked. I mean, you think Ma and Pa Clampett went to fucking Walmart in 1932 when they needed fucking anything?
But still,
no.
Even as simple as what I mentioned before, eggs. Eggs can be a large part of eating healthy if you want it to be.
Sure.
If you make them properly.
You can buy them by the dozen at a farmer's market.
Well, I guess that's probably true.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So you just have to know where to go.
Right. But at the same time, the other problem with that, though, is that America has been conditioned that, like, this is how much money you have. We look at it and like, all right, what can I get by with on food?
Right.
I'm going to spend $150 a week on food, and like I can't afford any more than that. Like, that's what I got to go with. But then you're like, well, I've got $45 left for us to go eat for one night. You know what I mean? To where it's like, that's how everybody is. To where now when it's going like this, nobody's got the money to just fucking pay for the extra cost. You know, if they were all along, they would probably been buying this shit at the farmer's market. Anyway, that's the problem.
Didn't think about the fucking farmer's market.
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's the kind of thing that we have really fucked up on in this country. Like, that should be something that they're doing everywhere.
You know what? The wife and I have talked. We've lived together at our house for 22 years, and we have talked about doing this probably every other year, which is going to our local butcher where the prices are lower. And we haven't yet to do that, but we always talk about we got to get down to the fucking butcher because meat's ridiculous too. And plus with the upcharges of the diesel and all the other bullshit, it's stupid.
Free plug of the day right here for me. 3D Meats. You ever heard of it?
No.
It's on Old 30. Okay? So you know where like
30, in Worcester?
Like it's actually right by Dalton. So for you, it's literally just a straight shot south.
619?
619.
Ooh, I got it right.
Right. Is that the actual number? It's just 30. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like you can take 94 like literally the whole way there.
Okay.
Like that's where it runs.
Through Horrorville.
Right. So
Not Horrorville.
exactly. But they run a special every fall to where
What'd you say it was?
3D Meats.
3D.
Yes, you can look them up right here in Central Ohio. $2.59 a pound, finished for pork. So bacon, sausage, bulk sausage, chops.
I don't even know.
loin,
Is that a
all
good price?
Dude, that's insane. You go to your local butcher shop or to just like a local grocery store and look at what pork is per pound. $5, $6, $7.
And what is this?
$2.59 a pound.
Nice.
Finished. It's so good.
Now, was that the same price prior, or is that like their adjusted price?
I think that they're like, again, could be wrong, but I think that normally they're like two. This is gonna sound crazy, but I think they're normally. I don't want to put a number to it. They're normally a little bit cheaper, but then you have to pay for all of your other shit, all of your smoking and casing and all that shit that goes into it.
yeah, of course.
So this just covers fucking all of it, everything you need. Super great price. Another thing I would suggest is look up a company. There's Canaan Meats, White Feather Meats, whoever you want to go to.
Well, in Barberton, we got like leeches, and there's another one.
If you call over there and ask, a lot of times they will know people that are getting ready to butcher a cow, and like they'll see like, is anybody looking for a quarter? Like typically you can't buy less than a quarter, but like a quarter of beef, you end up pulling this down for like $2.50 a pound, somewhere in that range.
But the bulk savings is probably phenomenal.
You can't buy 73.27 hamburger for $2.50 a pound right now. And like this is your full quarter cow to where like you're getting some filet mignon and you're getting some porterhouses
So-
and like you're getting everything in there plus a shitload of burger.
Go to your Sam's Club or your Walmart and buy a $160 small freezer for your garage.
Yep.
So, and then a $200 quarter cow and live off the fat of the land.
Yeah. Like,
Bam.
Like there's a lot of people that are starting to do this. So it was funny. I was actually talking to a guy.
Well, it's because of necessity.
Oh no, for sure. But I was talking to a guy that we both know, and his family actually they kind of live on like the edge of town. He built a coop. They got chickens for the first time this year. Like a lot of people have done this.
I know at least 3 families. Now, this even goes back like 5 or 6 years ago. They started this. Actually, we worked with a gal.
We did.
That did that.
Yep. So fast forward to now, he tried like back at the beginning of October to like, hey, chickens are about done with their cycle here. Like let's get some chicken soup going on. You know what I mean? They're in a processor anywhere in the state that isn't full up until after the first of the year.
From the home chickens?
Because everybody's doing home chickens now. Like every one of the chicken processing places around here, 100% full up till the end of the year.
So you can take your chickens and they'll process them for you?
If you can get a date and a time.
Well, I'm just saying,
yes.
if it was open
Yes.
and
Yep.
available.
Yep. So, but they don't want to wait because the holidays are coming and they're looking forward to eating on some bird. So they're doing it at home. The full regalia.
I mean, that's old school, and we've all probably have stories of our grandparents doing this.
Yeah.
I've got stories of my grandmother grabbing 2 chickens and just
Swinging them around.
spinning them around. But the defeathering and all that's got to suck ass.
Okay, so like I don't understand. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand everything right. I don't understand why the skin's got to be on. Because like I look at it, the first thing I'm going to do is strip the entire skin right off that thing.
Well, no, you have to defeather it, and that's the bitch.
That's what I don't want to do. That's why I'm asking. Why can't I just de-skin it?
because I think the feathers go through the skin. Like they got the little quills.
Right, I want to take the entire skin off.
But I think you could. I don't think you can do that with the feathers being on. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have already figured that out.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just asking because I don't know.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I don't know either.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right.
Not to get too derailed on chickens here.
No, fucking chickens. It's
what we
fucking
do.
good shit, though, isn't it?
That's what we do. We just head down rabbit holes or into chicken houses, whatever.
Chicken house. All right. I'm just going to go on to the second one because this is a lot of fun topics that can just go anywhere we want with this.
Do it.
You all know out there that Elon Musk just spent $46 billion on Twitter. Now, not right before, but a couple months prior to his purchase, he flip-flopped and went from a Democratic stance to a Republican stance. Well, that's what he said. Okay. Well, you can give me I'm just going by what he said. He said that something about I won't be able to vote Democrat any longer, or something like that.
Right. For right now.
Well, that's what he said. Whether it's right now or whatever. That's pretty impactful
Sure.
at the time, because, well, it didn't impact that many people because, as we saw in the midterms, it wasn't as fucking red waved as they thought they would have been, or could have been, or should have been, in my opinion as well. Because from my eyes, the country everything's getting more expensive. We're not making any more, and how do they expect us to, thrive and survive the American dream with this trend? Elon bought Twitter, in my opinion, and probably a lot of people, so that free speech would be back open again. A lot of people thought it was because of Donald Trump. Maybe not. I don't know. Because back in, 2020, they shut Donald Trump down because he wanted to talk about shit, and they said no. Mm-hmm. So I think, from my point of view, Elon bought it saying, well, now you can't shut up Donald Trump anymore.
But he's not open yet.
Right.
So.
But he hasn't also. Has he even said he's running?
No, all I'm saying is like his Twitter account is not reactivated yet.
Right. But it's still 2 years away.
What do you mean? I'm just saying, like, Elon's not sprinting to give it back to him, though, either.
Well, whether it's Donald Trump or not, I think the whole point is not to shut people up.
Yeah, I agree. And I like that.
Do you remember when Donald Trump's Twitter account got shut down?
Yeah.
You even as Mr. Jake couldn't go on and say certain things. They would say, well, this is inappropriate.
Yeah. It's still going on now.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I believe Elon's trying to avoid.
I love the word police. They're my favorites.
What?
The word police.
Word police, yeah.
That's what they are.
So I think it's awesome that he's got there's a platform out there that they won't shut down. But even though, now, I don't know if we started bashing SpaceX, if he would be like, no.
Right.
I don't know. The freedom of speech is a big deal and should be such. You should be able to say what you want. And if people know where you live and they want to come beat your ass, well, then that's your own fault.
The problem with this is that it's just this new territory and nothing's defined with it. You know what I mean? Is it a private arena or is it a public arena? You know what I mean? Public arena, you can't suppress any kind of free speech. In a private arena, you absolutely can. So they build it into their terms of service. You check the box, you click accept. You're allowed to fucking free to the world, and that's what you get.
They're going to always have moderators, though, because the main guy can't watch everything.
Yeah.
And those moderators are going to have their own opinions.
Yeah.
Whether it's political or religious or just common sense backings to where they'll, you can't say that, you can't do that.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It's a lot of gray area, but the Dems don't like Elon. But
it's getting to the point where nobody likes Elon. I love to hear it.
But they're starting to. I saw Biden today saying, "Well, we might want to look into Elon."
Oh yeah, they're going to.
For his foreign blah 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 blah. In other words,
actually say they're going to look into Elon?
Because his foreign
that old man does not want to pick a fight with this guy. That's all I'm going to say. Like, one might be the president, the other one is like the third richest man on earth. Granted, nobody really wants this showdown to happen because it's just going to be a big pissing contest. Pretty sure Elon's going to come out of this one.
Well, my thought was rumored, I don't know any facts, but Joe Biden's son's rumored to have foreign affair issues, and he wants to investigate Elon Musk for foreign affair issues. It's like, dude, you're like slinging mud at yourself here.
Did you see his response to that yesterday?
No.
Because it's a foregone conclusion at this house. At this point, the Republicans are winning the House, right?
I don't know if it is. I watched a lot of Fox News.
That wasn't really me asking. I'm telling you.
Okay.
They're winning the House, right? So somebody asked Biden yesterday about, like,
is that the one with the 218 seats or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
219. So somebody asked him about, do you think the Republicans are going to come try to investigate your son? And he's like, what message would you have for the Republicans if they try to come investigate your son? He's like, good luck. Like, what? What kind of an answer is that?
I'm going to say this again, and
I don't understand it.
And I've probably said this 5 times on this show.
Yeah.
But the fact that when Donald Trump became president, from the moment he won the election, all you heard was impeach, impeach. We're gonna get him out of there. He's done wrong. He's done wrong. We got investigations. The whole fucking 4 years, there was nothing else but impeach, get him out of there. He's done wrong. Everything. And Biden's in there. You haven't heard. I don't know. Why are the Republicans such pussies?
No. Not even close to right. Dude, they don't have the numbers. They don't control either chamber of Congress right now. They couldn't get articles of impeachment through the first wave.
Oh, so why bother?
Right. They're like, we're not going to waste time on this. You guys want to waste time on shit like January 6th?
Yeah.
Like this is what the two camps are doing to you. Like this is how they're handling it.
The one thing I will note, and if you're out there and you are a Democrat and I'm voting Democrat no matter what, are you really, I just want to ask a couple questions. Are you really happy with the way things are going? I'm not telling you what to do, but think about it. Under Trump, obviously you must not have liked him if you're voting Democrat, but if under Trump we had very high employment, we also had the lowest gas prices in the last, I don't know, 20 years. They were down to like 169. I took a picture of it. 169. That was 2 fucking years ago.
I get you. I think he fucked it up though, man.
Trump did?
Yeah. I really am a firm believer that the Republicans would have won at least 2 and probably more like 4 more seats if it wasn't for him.
How did he fuck it up?
Did you see what he did 2 days before the fucking election?
No.
Instead of doing what he should have been doing and being a good leader, and sometimes being a good leader means you shut the fuck up and stand behind your people. But that's not what he did. He had to start talking about how he had a major announcement coming this following week. You know, instead of it making about the people that are actually running right now, no. Now it has to become about him. You know, he can't run right now, but there's a major announcement coming. Everybody's going to be super happy. Everybody's going to be real happy with what's going on. Basically, it keeps hinting that he's going to run, right? The other thing that he did was he fucking put this straw poll up there that had, it's like 4,000 people voted, right? Like in this, like basically an opinion poll. He won 71%, like said that they would want him to be the nominee. Second behind him was DeSantis with 10, and he called him Ron DeSanctimonious. Like taking a shot at him. Like, bro, it's 2 days before the fucking midterm elections that should be handed to you. Why the fuck are you taking a shot at the most popular governor in the entire fucking country?
Yeah, who fucking slayed in Florida.
It's because he's the only fucking person that can fuck with him. He's the only one. He's the only legitimate threat to taking the nomination away from Trump. Because everything this guy does is fucking right. He's an ass kicker, and he doesn't sound like a fucking moron when he gets behind a microphone. And he's young.
Right. So right now, if DeSantis or DeSantos? DeSantis or Trump was on there, and you had to choose, who would you go?
If I'm picking?
Yeah.
I'm picking DeSantis because that's the fucked up part is I honestly believe that DeSantis could win and that he would be good for the country.
Right.
Like, that's the above all else. Like, here's the thing. I fucking can't stand our current president. He's my president, so I stand behind him. Like, I don't want America to fail. But it's like, this dude is not a good human being.
No.
He's clearly a Washington shit sack after all these years. Don't get me wrong, I know that everybody is, blah, blah, blah. Dude, this guy is to the 10th degree with dementia. Like, this should not be handling all of our shit. We need a real person. But, like, I would vote like a Tulsi Gabbard. Like, I know she just left the Democratic Party, but she ran as a Democrat in the last election. In a minute. Like, I would vote for her in a second because she loves America. She wants to take care of our veterans, make this a better country. I don't agree with her on everything, but there ain't one fucking candidate out there.
You're never going to agree.
You agree with on everything.
I don't know. Also, I mean, watching Biden speak, he's got a delay. And I don't know if that's somebody in his ear trying to tell him. No, it can't be because they would have told him what to say a minute and a half ago.
Yeah.
But he can't even process shit.
Right. Now, I will say this, though, and I mean this wholeheartedly, is for where we're at right now, Republicans, like I said, they basically have the House. There's 3 Senate races that are left undecided. In order for the Republicans to take control, they have to win 2 of the 3.
Right.
Right?
Herschel Walker,
the one out in Arizona and the one in Nevada.
Yeah.
And they're both super duper close, right?
What do they call it? They call it a December runoff.
No. A December runoff is an actual vote that would have to happen if neither person gets 50%. So basically, if you are within, I'm going to probably get the number wrong. Sorry, team. I think it's if you're within 2 points or 4 points, but neither person gets to 50%, everything gets wiped off. You're the only 2 candidates left. Because on these state candidates, there's might be 10 people that actually ran for the position.
Right.
In a runoff, it's only those 2 people. It doesn't fucking matter if anybody gets to 50%. It's right down the middle. By the numbers, somebody has to, but it's just from there, that's why it's a runoff. Everybody else is off the board. It's mano-a-mano for the number.
A question. Why did the astronaut get 51% and he hasn't won yet?
Who's the astronaut?
Guy in Arizona.
Because they don't have enough counted. So, like, they're getting closer. So, like, that's the problem in Arizona. Again, one of the things with election reform that's fucking crazy to me is that states get to make their own election laws that pertain to federal elections. Fucking figure that out. Can we just have a set of fucking rules that Congress passes is the Federal Voting Act, and this is exactly how it works. Pretty sure there was a Federal Voting Act in 1920, right? But this would be like a revamp. It's been 100 years. I'm sure there's a tweak or two that we can add.
So you're looking for an
without mind fucking it?
SOP for fucking voting, a standard operating procedure.
Yeah, it's funny that you're actually going to hear that later in the evening tonight. I actually have that written into the other show, so that's funny. But no, like Florida, 3rd most populous state in the union, 4th, 3rd or 4th. They're real close, right? I think they're 4th, right?
Who fucking cares?
But they were done in like an hour and a half. They're like, done. Here you go. Like, why the fuck isn't it like this everywhere?
How about Ohio? Taxing Tim out?
Yeah. Our boy won. Look, here's the thing. Again, you guys will hear me say it. Yes, I voted for Trump. I'll probably have to vote for him again if he runs, just because the alternative is going to be dog shit. I am a moderate, though. I've always been a moderate.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, I can see both sides of the coin. If the right person
believe
came along,
I am as well.
right, to where it's like, there needs to
I
be more
voted for Obama the first time.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, it's not that I don't. I identify more as a Republican.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's about the person and what I think they're going to do for the country.
Well, get ready for the warfare, bro, because I'm going to tell you one of the things that nobody is talking about as much as they should right now is that the technique employed by Democrats earlier this year worked. To where they basically forewent their own primaries and voted for like the most radical of the Republicans. To where a lot of these races, instead of having like kind of like a moderate Republican, running, they're all Trumpers. And for people
on purpose.
Yeah, because people that sit in the middle, they don't want that.
They don't like that.
They don't want that at all. And it paid off in spades. So the question is going to be, are Republicans going to do that with the next election? Because here's the thing. I don't think Democrats give a flying fuck who they have in there as their presidential candidate. If you're a Democrat now, do you really give a fuck?
Probably not.
What's the only thing you care about?
Winning.
No. Pure person-wise. What's the only thing that they care about?
I don't know.
They don't give a shit who goes in from their side. Who's the only person on earth they don't want in there?
Trump.
Right. To where they're going to, you watch this in the primaries, he's going to get smoked by somebody. Calling it. Fucking calling it now.
Trump's going to get smoked by somebody?
I think so.
DeSantis, right?
I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, that's the thing. Is like, I hope that they can't get enough votes to really fuck up some shit. Like, they end up with some crazy candidate in there, but...
I did hear something, though, just to wind down this political moment here.
Sorry, we went politics from Elon.
That's okay. It was going that way anyways. So
That's fair.
The Democrats really don't have any... They fucked a lot of shit up.
They'll tell you that they're fixing a lot of shit and that they're laying groundwork.
Right. It hasn't been long enough. No, it has. In 2 years, you can kind of get your shit going. Anyways, what I'm getting at is their new, I don't want to say whatever their motto would be for this upcoming election in 2024.
Oh God, I haven't heard it yet. What is it?
Save democracy. Because if Trump wins, there will be no more democracy.
Okay. It's the stupidest fucking
thing. It is. And the reason why they're going to sell that or try to sell that is because they want to, as usual, instill fear in...
Both sides do it, though. That's the thing. Is both sides do it, and both sides look at the other side and like, I can't believe you do that. Why would you do that? Like, I love Tucker Carlson. I love listening to Tucker because I feel like he's usually on point with a lot of what he thinks, but he does it from like a fear-mongering point of view. It's like, bro, just tell the fucking story.
Right.
Like, don't make it to be worse than what it is. Because like, he'll build something up and then he'll show a clip and I'll be like, I didn't get that out of it. What I got out of it, I don't like, and it sucked. But like, it wasn't what you said it was.
Right.
And like, both sides do it all the fucking time.
I watched Fox News 4 days in a row now, just because of the election. And I will tell you, you can give me another fist bump. My first midterms ever.
That you voted in? Mm-hmm. Wasn't it fun?
And do you know why, motherfuckers? Hateful Eight? Because I'm worried about the fucking country.
I think it's going to be another record turnout. I mean, I don't think you're going to have as many people that turned out for the general election.
But
you know
why,
what I mean?
why do you think people like me that never voted for a midterm that did because they're fucking afraid of what's going on?
Because we have this jammed up our assholes 24 hours a day. When we were growing up, we had C-SPAN.
No, why CNN. Wasn't there more Republican voters?
I don't know.
They're saying the early votes and everything else, the early votes, the mail-in ballots, all hurt these. So they're saying that the Republican voters don't do that, pretty much.
Basically, they're saying that Republican voters are old school.
They'd like to just go to the polls.
Yep, I did.
I do.
Right. I mean, like I said, I'm a moderate. I vote both ways. You know, I actually fucking voted against a levy for the first time in my life.
I voted for one. Now there was.
I voted for 3. Let's not get it twisted. I voted for 3 different levies. 2 against my income, 1 against my property. So like, I wasn't like I'm afraid to hand out some money to the community.
I voted for our city one.
Me too.
There was 2 though that were like a fucked up one. One was like
the library.
No,
the library is bullshit.
Well, we got different ones
probably
because I'm in Summit County. But there was one that was like some fucked up thing saying, well, you know what, we're going to keep this going if this happens. And I'm like, no, that sounds like horrible dog shit. No. And then
yeah,
it was funny though. You get a kick out of this. My wife didn't want to go. Now she's on the same level as me and Jake on what we're trying to fight for here. She didn't want to go. I said, you're going. She goes, I don't even know who to vote for. I said, anything that starts with an R. Circle the thing. She goes, okay, that's easy. So, see, they did say, though, I watched a poll. It said single women, it's like 70% of single women and young adult females that are old enough to vote Democrat. Married women, 66% of them vote Republican. And married men, 68% vote Republican. So the guy's like, we need to get some women married. So isn't that interesting though? So after they get married, they'll settle down with the idea that what the husband's thinking.
No, that's not what.
You don't think it's just because they're trying to survive?
No.
No. What is it?
It's your vote changes from being about some kind of an individual freedom to like you're voting for the collective.
Right.
Which is hilarious because they feel like it's the opposite at the beginning.
Right.
Like the total like socialist crowd right now, like they think they're trying to do something great for everybody. They're not. They're just trying to get their own opinion out there to be seen and heard for a minute. Someday when they get to that point, a lot of them are going to be like, yeah, let's do the right thing for the country.
I mean, one of the hot-button topics always is abortion. I don't want to get into it right now. By the way, you can go back and look at our
won't do it.
Look at our shows. We did a whole episode about it. A lot of our podcaster friends wouldn't touch that either when we asked them to go and put your opinion on that. But anyways, we have our thoughts on that, and they're pretty much like not one-sided. They're like, well, you know, certain situations, whatever. But
there's a lot of issues in there.
There is a lot of issues, but it's. I don't think. But I drove uptown through Wadsworth the other day, and there was a porch on one of the back roads going up to right up there by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay. And
all over the porch, it says, "Vote blue, my body." And they have just shit wrote all over their fucking deck, and I'm out front, and I'm just like, for one, that looks horrible. For two, put a sign in your front yard or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yay, freedom of speech. Bring it on. That's why we're behind these mics right now.
That's right. I still love freedom of speech. You know, it protects every person that agrees with me and every person that disagrees with me. You know,
hail the podcast.
That's right. I love it. Keep it going.
All right.
So, what is the metaverse? Like, I feel like we need to have an explanation. Like, I feel like we need a technical show at some point. Like, I don't really know what the metaverse is. I still don't know how to use the fucking cloud correctly. I know that I buy like $5 worth of extra storage a month. I think I'm using it. I don't know if something's in there and I need to get to it. I don't know how to get to it. Like, shouldn't it just be like a file fucking cabinet off to the side?
So, I got about 60% of the metaverse knowledge. The other 40, I still don't know because I'm not involved. What it is, this is like metaverse for dummies, right? It's basically Zuckerberg. Is it Mark?
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of, well, not really the founder of Facebook. He stole it from some twins.
Whoa.
But anyways, the guy that, air quotes, founded Facebook, he wanted to start Meta. And he did start Meta. And he hired a shit ton of people to get in there and turn the cranks, sharpen the knives, get the everything going. Basically what it is, it's a augmented reality to where it's a Facebook thing, but the metaverse would be like you put on...
Like Oculus glasses?
You put the glasses on, all of a sudden, hey, there's Mark Zuckerberg and his avatar, but he's walking around and I can go talk to him.
Right.
So it would be augmented reality. So at some point, if it would have really caught on and really sold, and we might be sitting here with the HoloLens, and we might be in a virtual podcast where people could come up while we're podcasting and just sit down and watch us podcast in the metaverse. It didn't really take off like he had hoped. He just fired 11,000 people.
Wow.
Because this is not going as well as he had hoped.
That's a lot of folks.
That's a lot of folks. So I don't know the details of the value of these employees, if they were just like, gophers and go-getters, or if these were like, data entry people. Who knows? Who knows?
Right.
I'm 11,000 people. There had to be some smart motherfuckers in there somewhere that got fucking canned.
You would think.
So bottom line is it didn't go very well. So we got the metaverse going in reverse.
So what does that mean? Because they're shutting down?
Well,
instead of expanding, they're
the reason why I wanted to talk about it was I don't think we're ready for a multiverse, not multiverse, but it's basically this would get the offline people online. You just would be always online. There was a movie out there called Ready Player One. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I know what it is.
It's about stuff like this. Like they go into this place called the Oasis, and they plug in, and now they've all got their own avatars. They've built them with coinage that they've won in the game.
Sure.
And then if you get killed, like if you're playing in a fighter game and you get killed, all your freaking juju and people can gobble it up, and you start it back at zero. And you got to build yourself up again. So I think, at some point there will be a virtual reality world that you can go plug into. But I don't think it should be off of a Facebook platform with half the planet already on it. I think you should start smaller. And I don't know how or when or why, but I think I fucking don't like Facebook to begin with.
Right.
I think that a lot of problems have resulted from Facebook, relationships. I think it's a waste of fucking time to sit there and look at my neighbors or my family, extended family, friends, neighbors, and compare myself to them. I think it's a competition is what it turns into.
I agree with that.
I think it's the keeping up with the Joneses times fucking 20.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees somebody else doing something and they all want to do it. Nothing wrong with improving and doing something great.
Sure.
But once it hits Facebook, everybody's going to do it. I think it's a waste of fucking time. Unplug, get with your families. Now, of course, there are certain beneficial things for Facebook. If somebody needs some help, it's a great way to get the word out.
Sure.
Hey, these people, or like birthday parties. Hey, we're having a party for so-and-so. He's turning X, Y, Z. Come on, celebrate. Things like that. That's great for. Or, wow, I looked somebody up. I haven't seen them in 20 years. We said hi. Maybe we'll go have a beer. That's kind of shit's cool. But to be on it every day and try to keep up with the Joneses.
No thanks.
Ugh.
Sounds terrible. Right? Is it stressing you out?
No, it's just, I'm not even on Facebook. I am on Facebook, but I'm not active.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of work to be active.
Yeah. To stay super active. It's
and then to want to be in the world of if there was this metaverse that is the Facebook world, you don't now
tunnel in.
Now everybody can be whatever they want to look like.
Yeah, I don't love that.
And
That's false advertising.
We can all run around and just whatever, and and do, we know from Celebrityville that there's a lot of fake out there. Fake lips, fake butts, fake boobs. Who knows? I'm sure there's some fake dongs out there. Whatever. Who knows? Who cares? But who knows? Who cares? But the whole point is, at some point, we need to be a little bit more real. And just to make a world of more fakeness where you can just pull off more shit, more trolling of people, more just, when keyboard warriors, you can be a real brash motherfucker and just say whatever you want. And I think we need a little bit less of that, because if I'm talking with Jake face to face and I really don't like him, I'm still probably not going to call him a cunt bag, twat liquor or whatever, just because I don't want to get punched in the face. But if you behind the keyboard, you have balls of steel.
People are too connected.
Yeah.
We've talked about this where like kids can't turn it off when they go home from school. I mean, it used to be some shit went down at school. You left school at 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? You didn't have to deal with that shit till 8 o'clock the next morning. You know what I mean? You had time, come up with a plan, figure it out. You know what I mean?
Or call off because you didn't want to go.
Right. And it's happened. You know, not anymore. Shit stays with you all night long. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens with everybody else. Like, it's not like it used to be where it was like there was a connecting agent. You know what I mean? And then like all these little tiny areas that would be brought together one way or another. It's become nationalized, globalized. Like, information isn't slowing down; it's speeding up, and it's never going to slow down.
No. In the words of Elon Musk, we are all becoming cyborgs, and the cyborg portion is that phone that we have. Now, we're not truly cyborgs because it's not instantaneous thought, but it doesn't take us but a few seconds to be able to go boop, 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 beep. Oh, got the answer.
Right.
At some point, it will be connected.
Sure.
And we will have that data transfer that's nearly instant to where we'll think, hey, Google, what year was Abraham Lincoln assassinated? Boom, I got the answer.
Right.
Without even talking it.
Sure.
So that, at some point, will be a little bit crazy.
Do you know that answer off the top of your head, by the way?
I don't.
I thought you would. I thought for sure you'd know that one.
By the way, my son just got back from his 8th grade DC trip. Fucking was jacked.
I bet.
This kid is a whiz kid and way smarter than I ever was at that age. And just the knowledge he comes back with, I'm just like, well, it's going to be a while.
Right.
He's going to regurgitate this step by step.
No shit.
But it was great to hear, and he had some photos. This was a kid that said, okay, I'll take a handful. Maybe I'll take like 10 pictures. He came back with like 60 plus.
Yeah, he did.
So he really got into it,
Attaboy.
which was great.
Good.
His sister took like
400.
150.
Okay, there you go.
But, still, he did well for a young man.
She's a little older. She's a girl.
Well, no, she was the same age in 8th grade.
But girls love pictures.
Yeah.
You know?
But for a young man, I thought he did great for as far as Pictureville goes. So that's cool. You got anything before we go into the next one?
I didn't have much to go with the metaverse to start. It takes a lot for you to drop a topic that I can't talk shit about.
It's okay.
Nailed it with metaverse, man. Good work.
All right. Oh,
one
of my favorite topics.
Oh,
fantasy sports.
Right. Love it.
Are you?
I am up to date.
Are you playing any hockey or basketball? We don't ever talk about this.
No.
Do you know? Because of the
You didn't know?
acquisition that the Cavaliers made, Donovan
Mitchell.
Spider Mitchell, dude is fucking awesome. They did lose 2 in a row here just recently, but they were 8-1 to start the season.
Did they lose 2 in a row? Mm-hmm. 2.
I don't know. The Kings. Are the Kings even any good? They lost 127 to 120 to the Kings.
Shit.
They lost a 1 basket difference to the Clippers.
But they beat the Celtics twice.
Beat the Celtics twice.
That's good for Eastern Conference shit.
They got the Warriors tonight, which it's a 10 o'clock game. I like to stay up, but
Pussy, it's Friday night.
Oh, it is.
Tomorrow's Friday, bro.
Yeah, but Anyways,
tell me more, Homer.
Because of that,
Yeah.
I started a fantasy basketball league.
Well,
Public one.
Thanks for the invite, dog.
I know.
You didn't invite me.
I didn't want you to take all my guys.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know the world of basketball. I just know I got like 4 of the Cavaliers on my team.
4 of the 5?
4 of the good ones.
Nice.
I got Karis LeVert, who went off for he went off for 41 against the Celtics. I picked him up the next day. I was gonna pick him up anyways, but I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh fuck, I hope he's not gone. No, oh, and then I put my waiver in and got him. But I did get Donovan Mitchell. I did get Evan Mobley. He's their big center.
I like him.
Levert. I think that's it. I think just 3 of them.
That's pretty good.
But those are their big 3. Well, not necessarily. They got a couple other guys. But
So that team's pretty loaded, dog.
it is loaded. They beat the shit out of the Lakers, which everybody's doing that. But
it's still fun to see.
yeah, so I'm back into basketball. It's only like the 3rd basketball league I've ever played in.
I can't do it yet. I'm trying, and with the Cavs being good and Luka being Luka, like Luka's like really coming into his prime. You know what I mean? Like these are going to be the Luka years.
Yeah.
I just can't, dude.
So I got Donovan Mitchell. So I'm looking for a name, right? The Don. Thank you. I'm done.
You got Luka?
No.
Oh.
Donovan Mitchell.
That's your team name?
The Don.
The Don.
That's me.
Was he your first overall pick?
Second. I took Trey Lance from the point guard from Atlanta. Don't like him, but he's a point scorer.
You know who he was drafted by?
Who?
The Mavericks.
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Is that why you're giving me the stink eye?
You know who he was traded for?
Huh.
Luka.
Okay. Well, then you should love Trey Lance.
No. He looks like Dave Stark. What are you talking about? It's terrible.
Tony Stark, his brother.
Yeah. No, let's go Cavs, though. Let's go Cavs. I'm looking forward to seeing if them or Dallas do anything at all in basketball this year.
So they have a little hiccup right here, but Donovan Mitchell is the fucking real deal.
Oh, no. Donovan Mitchell is the man.
I did not know of him prior to this season because I'm not a Utah Jazz fan.
Right. He's the man.
But he is, oh, my God.
Here's the thing. Cleveland is like a mid-market team. If you're good, if Cleveland's good, everybody's going to see him. Everybody's going to know it. They're going to put him on big-time TV. It's just like when they had LeBron. You know what I mean? They're not a small-market team. They're a mid-market team. A huge difference.
Like we said, you are what you want to be.
Right. Especially in this game, you know?
They have the ability to finish top 4 in the Eastern Division and make a splash in the playoffs. They do.
Be a real problem in the playoffs, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Philadelphia's going to be a pain in the ass. Boston's going to be a pain in the ass.
So
Raptors are going to be a pain in the ass. Miami's going to be a pain in the ass.
So
there's a bunch of them there.
To be pulling out of fantasy baseball or fantasy sports a little bit here because we kind of popped the lid on this sports thing.
That was your next up, though.
So what I foresee as a Cleveland fan, we've got Donovan Mitchell for the next 5 years. The Cavs are going to be good they got a good window. Hopefully they stay away from serious injuries and just play hard and have a lot of fun.
Sure.
You know, your team doesn't always have to win a championship, but having a quality product on the floor is just fun. It's just fun. I have watched almost every game. Now, I'm going to tell you what. As soon as LeBron left the second time, I watched more since Donovan Mitchell we got him as a free agent versus since LeBron left.
Gotcha.
Matter of fact, that year that never mind. Anyways, getting back to fantasy sports. Oh, no, I want to
finish. All over the place.
Yeah, finish my topic. First. So we got Cavs going to be good for a while. Once Mr. Watson starts playing for the Browns, I think they're going to be much improved. And then, because I think the defense for the Browns got a big fucking wake up call. Like they were supposed to be the anchor of this team, and they have been not all that
They've been
great.
good the last couple games.
They've been good the last couple games, but it took a couple bitch slaps to get them woke up. Hopefully they fucking start to. Hopefully it's all trending.
It's a huge game this week.
Who they got?
Somebody good. Somebody really good.
Oh yeah, they got some good teams.
But like if they can win like a game or two like this and give Watson a real shot to go on a run.
Why do they match up so well against the Bengals?
I don't know, but they own them.
They do.
Like they fucked up the Bengals.
Stefanski's 5-0.
Right. I couldn't believe it.
Out of all the teams.
And that was the beating of the week. I mean, like that wasn't even a close game. Like what was hilarious, I don't know if you remember because it's been like a week and a half now.
Yeah.
Like that was the exact same game that Chicago fucked up New England.
Right.
Like neither one of these games should have happened, let alone both of them happening.
But the track record with the Browns is you're like, okay, well, maybe it should have happened. But you know those guys in the Browns locker room after the game got to be looking at like, the fuck happened?
Right.
Where has this... Well, but there is matchups that we don't even know about in certain sports, and for some reason, we match up really well against the Bengals.
Well, I'll tell you this. I hope this is the last year of Chubb's career that they waste. Because that dude ain't going to be around for forever. He's the best running back in pro football. Best pure, like I'm not talking about catching the ball. I'm
know.
talking just a pure running back.
Why do you think I draft him
Dude's a
first
fucking
every
man,
year?
dude. Like,
I've got 2 leagues. I've got Chubb in both leagues.
yeah. I don't blame you. He looks good, dude. Like, but they
So when you say waste, do you mean
because
even putting Kareem Hunt out there, or do you mean the play action bullshit that isn't working?
I mean, having fucked up problems like who your fucking quarterback is, or not knowing who your quarterback is, and having
They
offensive
know who the
line
quarterback
problems
is. They just can't put him on the field.
but like that's what I'm saying. So like, okay, we mortgaged the first 2/3 of this season, knowing he's going to come back. Like no more fucking around. Everything you do now has to be all in because you got guys like Chubb. Dude, I'm gonna tell you this. Here's an inconvenient truth you don't want to hear. Dude, Garrett is not gonna be one of those defensive players that plays till he's 35. He ain't. He's gonna play 10
Not if
years.
he's flipping forces.
He's gonna play 10 years just like Joe Thomas did, and he's gonna fucking retire. Because this dude ain't trying to take a beating for forever. No. He wants to be a celebrity.
I get it. But the other thing that I can't stand is coming into this season, they could lean on one thing on the offense they knew they could. And for some reason, in some games, Stefanski just, I don't care if they're stuffing Chubb for 1 or 2 yards carries, which they aren't most of the time.
Right.
But if it happens occasionally, keep fucking chugging. I don't care if you're giving in the ball 3 straight.
But can I say this? Your defense has given up a bunch of points, right? They have. Like, I'm not projecting. I'm saying your defense has
Sure.
given a bunch of points.
Yes.
At some point, can we take the $11 million we're giving Clowney and put that into, I don't know, another guard and make your offensive line the shit? You have running backs that are this good, and you got cheap on your offensive line, so you've lost a couple guys.
It's not cheap. The guys got hurt.
What do you mean?
We lost our center the first snap of the season.
Okay, well, like, that sucks, but, like, you also lost a guard in free agency last year. Who's the
Maybe.
fucking man?
I think we got him back. Teller, didn't we get him back?
No, you still have Teller. Who was the other guy?
I thought we lost Teller and we got him back. We said, no, you got to come out of free agent. I thought he retired.
I don't know.
I could
I'm
be
just
wrong.
saying. They're close. Just got to finish this team off.
But what I'm getting at
Can't
is
wait to see Watson
why
come
don't
back,
you
though.
fucking run?
Watson's going to be a problem.
Run.
God, Watson's going to be a problem.
No, I got him in my 1 league on the bench, just sitting.
I have him in 3. 3 of my 4 leagues. He's chilling on my bench.
Your brother has him in our Roar League.
I know he does.
I tried to get him the other day.
I was worried about the Roar League. I thought you were going to stop being my friend for a minute. I was,
Why?
Because I was giving you a hard time, and you got super mad.
I didn't get mad.
Then you traded with Josh.
I didn't get mad. Oh, by the way, how about that? We're on fantasy now. McCaffrey. First time I've ever owned him. Now he'll probably get fucking poked in the eye.
You got the trifecta out of him, though.
I know he's going to be on a... Yeah, I did get the trifecta. No, but I'm waiting for this...
You go your whole life and never see somebody do that.
I'm waiting for him to blow up as a San Francisco 49er.
Dude, he's going to. That team loves to run the football.
I
He's
may
healthy
never
for the first time in 3 years.
I may never own CMC again, but I'm hoping that I get this run out of his ass.
And who's your quarterback? Your quarterback.
I got 3 now.
You got Kyler still?
No. I
Not
had
this year?
Herbert.
Oh, yeah, you traded him to Josh, and he hasn't done shit.
I know.
He's had 2
So
bad ones.
I got terrible Tom. Now Tom had 1 good game for me. When I say good game, I mean it was like 20 points.
Do you realize, though, like the numbers on Tom right now?
Well, I was really worried because the divorce isn't helping him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if you looked at it right now, pretty sure he's got 13 touchdowns and 1 interception.
No, his overall stats.
His numbers are sick. His team just sucks.
Well, not just that. The divorce isn't helping anything.
It ain't hurting him, though. He's still slinging the rock.
A couple weeks from now, when he's hitting some strange, he's going to be lighting it up.
Have you seen the misses? Have you seen the fucking drops that fucking, like Mike Evans has had in the last 2 games? 2 games ago, like the 3rd play from scrimmage, dude, homeboy dropped. And I'm talking an 80-yard touchdown. Wide open. He was 20 yards behind the closest player and like ended up like kicking the ball and like throwing a fit. Last week, same shit. Did it again. That's like 145 yards and 2 touchdowns that Brady just doesn't have on his stats.
I want to change my name to Kiba's Rejects when it comes to my quarterbacks because
Why?
I've got
That's weird.
Tom Brady from Josh. I've got discount double check
Yeah,
from
fuck that,
from
motherfucker.
you, and then I just picked up. I had to pick up a 3rd because I can't. I just need a 3rd, and we have such a deep bench. Jimmy G, baby.
Hey, man. I think he's the most underappreciated quarterback of the last decade.
So I picked up Jimmy G. He's my my insurance policy.
People don't realize that dude's been to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game.
Well, he had to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, and then 2 NFC Championship games. How's that?
There you go.
Dude, he's good, man.
So, is there anybody? I don't know enough players. I mean, I could probably name a couple, but is there anybody that just like this guy was not supposed to be good?
Oh, there's a bunch of those going around because of injuries. Oh, what's
I
open
mean, we're
the
in
door.
going into week 10, so we're over half.
And you know who Walker is from Seattle? Running back?
Oh, by the way, I have a whole bunch of running backs now.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of guys got hurt and traded.
Right? You know who Walker is from Seattle? He played for Michigan State. Kenneth Walker.
I don't know him, but I'm sure I've seen his name.
Yeah, so like he was behind Penny to start the season, and Penny was on fire. Penny gets hurt. Walker, the man.
All right, here's another one, and I'm going to ask you because it doesn't matter. I'm going to hold on to him because I just can't let him go. Chase Edmonds
Yeah.
was in Miami, was the guy, and then they said no more. And then they traded him to Denver. He's still behind somebody in Denver, I'm pretty sure.
What's his name?
Melvin?
Yes.
So I'm waiting for Melvin to get hurt.
Yeah. It's always nice because like what's funny is I have Jeff Wilson
Right.
from San Francisco.
Well, your brother has him in our league.
Well, I have him in 2 other leagues.
Yeah.
But then so he's in San Francisco, and I'm like, motherfucker.
He was the baller, too.
right. He was doing good.
But somebody was coming back.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
But then he got traded
Yeah.
to
Who got traded?
Wilson
Did he?
to
Chicago.
Miami. He replaced Edmonds, and then he split carries with Mostert last week.
Yeah, Mozart. Yeah.
So Mostert isn't getting the job to himself. They're splitting time now.
So he's back playing.
So he's back playing instead of just watching McCaffrey.
So
score
that's
3
why
touchdowns.
your brother wouldn't trade him back to me. I just put him on the block. I was trying to get Watson. So I put Tom Brady and somebody else.
You put him on the block instead of just making Josh a trade offer?
No, I mean I made him an offer.
Oh, okay.
I put Brady and somebody else decent for who'd you just say? Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to get Wilson and Watson. But he said no, apparently because Wilson was back in the fold.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson with the Jets, wide receiver. You're going to love him as an Ohio State guy. Justin Fields, pretty sure everybody knows about this now.
Yeah, he blew up.
Dude, like 3 weeks in a row. This isn't like a one-time thing.
Yeah, but he had like 51 points or something.
Okay, because he broke the rushing record last week. I'm just saying. But like
Did he?
Yeah. Most rushing yards ever in a game by a quarterback in a regular season game.
Did you start him in any leagues?
2.
Really?
Fuck yes.
Must have got dubs on those.
Yeah. I love this guy.
I know you do.
Love him.
So, where is he at? Fantasy and reality.
Dude, most people don't know this, so I'll enlighten you. The most money against the salary cap next year, Chicago Bears. They're going to buy him an offensive line. They just brought in Claypool for a second-round pick.
How about that?
Love that. Got rid of Roquan
Well, of
and
course
brought in
you
a
do.
weapon.
He's an ND.
I mean, I love it for lots of reasons. But we're also getting your boy, your Ohio State boy, some help. Because if you don't put a team around a quarterback, they suck. Rodgers, case in fucking point. That dude's had money his whole career. Oh, look what happens when you don't surround him with the best fucking players in the league. They look pedestrian.
Well, he's also old.
I'm just saying, Fields is playing his ass off. They're going to keep building the team around him. So for where he's at now, he's developing. People forget, too, like the first 5 weeks of the season, I'm like, you suck. Fuck, they're going to get rid of you at the end of the season. He's one of those second-year quarterbacks with a brand new everything in year 2. New head coach, new offensive coordinator, new fucking everything, right?
Well, it's the Baker mentality. The guy has never had anything stable. He's just fucking started.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, give this kid a break. He's playing, and I'm glad that he's playing really, really well just with himself. Because, like, the thing about him at Ohio State, he had Olave and, who's his boy? I just said it.
Olave.
Now, there were 2 of them.
Wilson.
Yeah, together. Yeah, he had those guys to throw to, but he also was the one throwing the ball to those guys. Like, those guys don't get those yards without him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I think he's the real deal, man. Keep an eye on him. Like, they've got some tough games down the stretch, too, but, like, that kid's coming hard and fast.
So, I know we're talking fantasy, but I have to ask you this.
Sure.
College.
Collage.
Buckeyes are ranked number 2.
Doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter. But what does matter is in a few weeks, you're going to play, but they're going to be in Ohio State this time. Thank God, because they got their ass kicked. For the first time in 15 years, they got their ass kicked in Michigan last year.
Did it make you a little nervous for this one?
No. It's actually
sure?
nice to have some competition. No, but Harbaugh was on the chopping block that last year because he was 0-5.
He is not on the chopping block right now.
No.
That team went to the college football playoff last year. They're undefeated this year going into Ohio State, almost unless they fall on their dick this week.
No. I think there's 2 weeks until then.
There is. Can't wait.
Regardless, what do you think is going to happen in that game?
I think Stroud goes for like 6 fucking touchdowns in that game. You're not going to stop Crum. Crum's going to run the football against you, but your linebackers are good enough to at least try to slow him down. They're not going to.
Well, the question mark with Ohio State is the defense for sure.
They're not going to have an answer for Stroud though. Stroud's the man. Like, you're not going to be able to stop him long enough to win that game unless somehow they can magically get to him. But the only kid they had that could put pressure on a quarterback graduated and now plays for the Lions as the number 2 overall pick.
The one thing about your boy and my former boy, Justin Fields, is when he got beat by a team,
Yeah.
he prepared like a motherfucker for that next meeting.
Sure.
Case in point, Clemson, when he fucking torched them. He did.
No, I'm with you. He
So,
fucked Clemson up.
What I want to see, CJ Stroud, I want to see if he's got that same mentality.
I think he will. Speaking of that, though, and I agree with you 100%, I think he's going to have that kind of mentality going in there. I think he's going to fuck him up.
I fucking hope so.
I think he's going to drop 60 on him.
Woohoo!
I really believe that.
Right.
Speaking of such things, though, did you see what Notre Dame did to fucking Clemson? You're welcome.
Yes.
They just got that
I
problem
think I
out of your
texted
way.
you like a day later.
There goes that problem for you.
Yeah.
Like, you're welcome. Notre Dame just beat the shit out of them. They didn't even just lose. Like, it wasn't like they, like, hotly contested game, quarterback got hurt, they lost on a last-second field goal. No, their whole team was intact, and they got fucked up
Now, I know
by an unranked team.
I know any given Saturday, right? But why, for one, isn't Notre Dame ranked?
Because the world hates them.
When they can beat a number 3 team.
They were ranked 8 to start the year.
Oh.
When you lose to Marshall, and then you lose to, like, what was fucking Stanford coming into the game? 2-5 coming into the game.
Yeah, I did see those
Yeah,
games.
that's the game I went to. Super fun. Super fun. Fucking terrible. Like 0% fun.
Well, at least you got to go to a college game. I have yet to be to one.
What?
I know.
We'll have to change that.
There's a lot of things I need to change about my sports venues.
There's lots of things you just got to go, dude.
I just got to go.
You just got to go.
I got to pony up and
Right.
go.
Just go then. I'm gone. Just
Pony-
go then.
I
I'm
will.
gone.
I will.
Just go then.
All right. Fantasy sports. Let's see. So we got baseball's over. Oh, well, no, that's on here. That's on here next. Baseball's over. We'll get into that in a minute. Football's in stride.
Cooper Kupp is the greatest wide receiver probably in fantasy football fucking history at this point.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, let's go down number ones. Cooper Kupp's number 1 wide receiver.
Dude, he might be all-time. Like, he's definitely the number 1 wide receiver right now. Like, there's nobody even really fucking in his stratosphere. It's so ridiculous. You watch him play.
Why is Allen Robinson even on that team? I had him on
Because
two.
Woods was playing good before he got hurt last year. So he came in to be the Woods.
But they don't throw to Allen Robinson. Or either that or Allen Robinson can't catch a fucking ball. I
Allen
haven't watched
Robinson
the game.
does okay, but it's Cooper Kupp's world.
But Woods did great with Cooper Kupp. They played off of each other. Woods still got points. Allen Robinson ain't getting shit. Anybody that owns Allen Robinson, like I had in 2 leagues, that's why I owned him in 2 leagues, because nobody else fucking wanted him. And oh, by the way, I made 2 horrible decisions in my
do?
fantasy world. I'm gonna tell you what not to do next year.
What'd you do?
Well, I dropped Lockett in both leagues, and Lockett's doing pretty decent.
He's gotten his shit together now.
Decent enough. Well, no, it's Geno Smith got his shit together.
He's had it together to start the year, though.
No, well, from a Lockett standpoint, he did not. It was
Right,
like
right.
2 points, 6 points, and then all of a sudden I got rid of him, and it was like 12
18,
points.
19, 20.
Yeah, so
get it.
it was dumb. I dropped it. People picked him up. Of course, your brother picked up Lockett in our league that I dropped.
Of course he fucking did.
And then making dumb trades. I traded a good player now one of the running back for Las Vegas. I traded him to you on a stupid knee-jerk trade that Jake was like, yeah, baby, because my quarterback at the time, Justin Herbert, got fucking rib injured, and I fucking panicked, made a quick quarterback trade to get a discount double check.
Rogers.
But
I'm going to say, you did fine in that trade.
no, I'm doing fine in that trade now because the starting running back for the Jets went down.
Right.
Because
so
you traded me the backup,
Carter. Right, but Hall's been down for weeks, and Carter's fucking the man. He's like the only
well,
one that
he's
touches
not
the football.
throwing 20s up, but he's getting 16s and such. I'll take that.
Sorry you had to suffer through that. Aren't you in first place?
I was, but then I had my. I was last week. I was this week. I lost because of my. It was like this
What,
was
you
like
third then.
no. This was like my biggest bye week, and I didn't have Chubb. I didn't have CMC. Chase is probably out for a few weeks.
Yeah, that sucks for you.
It's my big three. But
Your team's loaded though. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
no.
Like, let me go ahead and cry on my pillow for you. Like,
No.
my team is so good in this league, and I am fucking gonna fight tooth and nail to get in the playoffs. I had the most points against me in this fucking league. My team is so good.
No, I think I'm second in points. Not to you though.
No. Points against.
Oh, against, yeah.
Dude, nobody. I've got Taylor, Kamara, and Walker. Nobody wants to fucking. And Mahomes. Nobody wants to play me in the playoffs. Oh, and Metcalf.
Yeah.
Dude, my team is loaded. But like, what's funny is like before the year started, me and Josh like took all our fantasy teams and we were like ranking them. Like, which team do you think is gonna be the best? I'm like, oh, dude, I got this one fucking team. Oh, they're fucking awesome. I fucking said it to him, dude. 1-8. But it's loaded on paper. I just can't win. Same shit, dude.
You're playing the best teams, or you just can't. They won't.
I play the best teams.
They won't click.
I'm like so far above, like what the mass projection is. Like it's fucking across the fucking board. But it's like my team is loaded. I got Lamar, Kelsey, who the fuck are my running backs? Walker, Jacobs, and somebody else in that league. And then I've got Hopkins and fucking Metcalf. Because you only start 2 wide receivers in this league. Yeah. It's like my team is fucking gangster. But what are you gonna do? So that's all I got on fantasy.
So
like,
yeah, but
have you? Wait, let me ask this real quick.
Go ahead.
Do any of your leagues have no kicker, no defense?
No.
They're interesting. I was against it at first. Now I'm actually for it. Like not having to, because a kicker.
That's a lot of bullshit to cut.
A kicker and a defense. I'm just saying, a kicker and a defense can fuck shit up though, because a defense goes off for 32 points. You lost on kind of getting lucky because there's no dominant defenses anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? Everybody gives up some points at some point in this league now. You know.
Right.
So like, same thing with a kicker. You get that magical week that your kicker has 5 field goals, you score 18 points. The next week, it could be 5 extra points. He's got 5.
It was like last year on Fields' what was his debut when he played the Browns and he got sacked like 9 times.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. I'm sure the Browns scored like 35 points that game.
Right.
That shit's just an anomaly.
It is. It's definitely an anomaly. So,
Stupid.
fantasy ports, it's fun. I suck at it, though, right now.
Oh, come on.
Stop. You don't hate the Astros anymore?
Oh, let's finish this bitch up. No, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, we're coming down to it.
Do we still hate the Astros now that they won fair and square? I mean, I still hate them, but I put it out there somewhere, one of my fantasy chat rooms, fantasy football chat rooms, that because we were talking about the World Series, and I said, hashtag 31 fan bases hate you. This is kind of true. They did for a long time.
It's very true.
So that pretty much means that just the and only the Astros fans were rooting for themselves, kind of like probably when the Yankees are in the World Series. 31 fan bases are rooting against you.
I mean, I will tell you that they're probably from some Braves fans that I think we're rooting for them too. Like they hate Philadelphia pretty good. You know what I mean? Like there are a few other teams, fan bases that were probably rooting for Philly. You know, just 'cause they don't like Philly. The
How
Mets.
about that though? 6 versus 1.
Yeah.
And they put it to 5 games. But
Man,
or six games.
When they were up 2-1 though.
2-1.
You're telling me there's a chance. But like I hate seeing it though. Whenever you see a team that's been grinding, because they're fucking grinders, man.
Right.
Whenever you see a team that's grinding have that one explosion game, it always makes me nervous. Because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like
And then it went.
then they got no hit the next game.
Then that was had
That
they not
fucked the entire series
had
up.
they not got no hit, boy, they were looking in the mirrors after that one.
They lost 3 in a row. Yeah, they were soul searching. Like, we just dropped all these home runs. Now we can't score a run.
And we can't even get one into the grass.
Right. I get it. So
I think we still hate the Astros.
I don't love them,
but
but
there's a little bit of me that's like, were they still cheating?
if they weren't,
Here's what I don't like, baseball fans
Yep.
in the world. They now have this, and I may have mentioned this before, they have this pitch comm now. If I'm talking to you on a phone,
yeah,
a cell phone, there is a frequency there. These pitch comms in a walkie-talkie, same way. There's a frequency. You're telling me that there's smart people out there that baseball teams would hire to bust that frequency. Curveball. They could have the fucking. I mean, you just need a buzzer. What the theory is in this is, you buzz me for breaking ball. You don't buzz me for fastball. If that's your code, you know when a fastball's coming.
True.
You're gonna lay off the shit pitch.
Right.
When I get a buzz, I'm gonna lay off unless it's 2 strikes.
It's true.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that you can't cheat.
These pitch comms scare me because they're just on a frequency. The frequencies, when you go, you may not have ever been, I have never been, but I know this. The NASCAR drivers, they're on a frequency. They're all on different frequencies. You can actually, as a fan, tune into their frequency on purpose and listen to your favorite car driver because you're probably wearing headphones because it's loud anyways.
Right.
So they do this shit. So for them to have these frequencies, there's not that many of them.
Right.
I just think that this is going to be.
At some point, it's going to be more cheating.
It's going to make cheating. The whole point of the pitch comm is so that no one can see the fingers.
Okay.
And no camera can be. It's basically because of the fucking Astros.
I mean, I wish that your shortstop could just stand there. You know what I mean? If there's a runner on second, just wait. If you catch a steal on the sign, you can just punch him right in the face.
I don't care about stealing signs as far as there have been coaches hired because they're amazing at stealing signs, but they're stealing signs like this. Right,
that's what I'm saying, not to catch your hands.
Yeah,
I get it.
They're stealing signs when you're on second base and they don't do 1 first strike.
No.
They do this, but
you got to have an opener, a signaler,
but
a closer,
if you're paying attention and you're like, okay, that was 3, 1, 2, and he threw a fastball. Well, I guess I know what the fastball is now.
Right.
3, 1, 2.
Right.
That's, to me, whatever. Because only this guy at second base can see that.
Okay.
Theoretically. But if you know what every pitch is all the time, it's just bad for baseball.
I don't disagree.
And I think that the frequency thing, it just bugs me. Unless I don't know enough about it, but it has to be on a frequency because there's a guy pushing buttons and it's going to, and then it actually says something. It actually says fastball.
It's awesome.
But how is he the only one that can hear that? And how can the guy at home plate not?
I've never heard of it, dude. I have to look it up. PitchCom.
It's been brand new this year, and they're all using it.
I'll look at it. I'll have to look into it.
Because what'll happen is it'll malfunction, and they'll take it. It fits in that little band in your hat, and it's a little plastic device like this, and it's got a little wire like an antenna, and they'll be looking at it, and they'll bang on it, and they'll turn it on and off, and it's just not working, and they'll get another one. They must have
I'm sure they have
a box of these.
Just waiting.
Yeah, and then they bring another one out. It must be on the same frequency. Each team must have their own frequency because the other team's got them, and then they. Okay, got it now. It's working now.
We're back.
We can hear you.
Welcome back.
I'm going to throw that strike, and hopefully the other team doesn't know about it.
Gotcha.
So that bothers me. It only bothers me because I don't care if you're a sign stealing coach. I just don't want you to be a batter that knows what's coming.
Right. I get that.
You should be, as a major league hitter anyways, you know what this guy throws.
It's hard, though, man. You get kids that throw so hard, dude.
Okay, that is going to be topic for next game.
You can't catch
Why
that gas,
is everybody
though,
throwing 100 miles an hour? Save that topic.
Right, dude. Everybody is, too, right
Who
now.
was the
It's
only
out of
guy for the longest
control.
time? Chapman.
For a long time.
He was the only one.
Now there's so many.
Bartola might have hit 98 a few times.
The one kid hit like 103 this year, right? 104, something like. Dude, it was fucking stupid.
So if it's not steroids,
Yeah.
they're doing some new armband work, and it's fucking working.
I don't fucking. So, we gotta look into this.
Next show.
All right, done.
The last one. This is a 2-second top.
No, you're fine.
Powerball lottery. Did you hear about this one?
I bought 2 tickets.
Did you?
Just for the fuck of it.
I bought 1 ticket when it was 1.6 billion.
I did too.
And I was going to buy 2 tickets for the next one. If it's going to keep going, I was going to keep increasing it by 1. I went to the fucking gas station at 10 o'clock on Tuesday.
You missed it by a minute.
But my question is, on Saturday, it was a 10:59 drawing.
10 o'clock was still the cutoff, though.
Oh, it's still a cutoff.
10 o'clock is the cutoff. 10:59 is the drawing.
I was so mad. And then the guy in California won it. Did you even come close?
No, but you know what's funny is I have the tickets upstairs. If my ticket from the 16th, from the first one it was 1.6 rather, if I'd have had that one, I would have hit 4 numbers.
Really?
And I had the bonus ball and a regular and 3 regulars.
So you'd had a few $1,000s.
I don't know what you get for that. But
Well, there's a you buy the
I know I would have to look at it like
you buy the multiplier, whatever it is.
Right.
$3 a ticket.
yeah, like here in the next couple of days, like over the weekend, I'll go to the gas station and I'll scan all 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know, just if it's like winner.
Lights fucking ticker tape fly down.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be like that. Did you see
So-
that somewhere right around here? So I think Cleveland there was $1 million one sold.
Right. But that guy in California, well, a store in California, nobody's come forward yet. But it was with the bonus purchases that night, it was $1 billion cash value, or $989 million.
That's awesome.
What? I mean, generational. That
Yeah.
money's generational.
I mean, if you don't fuck that up, that's your family for generations taken care of.
I'm sure somebody could fuck that up. I'm sure it's possible.
Right.
It might take a decade to fuck that up.
I'm not gonna say I can't do it. I'm just saying I wouldn't plan to.
But if you had half a brain, your children's children, or family, you don't have to be your children, but you're
Right.
just your family is set for,
Just get a guaranteed investment on it, and you're set, dude. That's what you would have to have.
live off the interest.
Right. I mean, like, I wouldn't care if it's 5%. You know what I mean? You put $500 million away. Even if you blow the other $500 million, if you blow $500 million, you put $500 million away at 5%, you get $25 million a year to wipe your ass with. That means you could spend $500,000 a year the rest of your life and never touch your principal after blowing $500 million.
I love it.
Like
go
that's, but like
blow
that's
500 mil.
That's crazy money. Like that's not even real money. Like that's like Monopoly shit.
We could build your house out and touch my house for $500 million.
Right.
We're gonna buy all that property. We're gonna walk through our living room until we get to your house.
No shit, right? I'm not gonna walk anywhere. Somebody's gonna carry me.
No, you're gonna have one of them Fiats in your house, like
Right.
like what's his name, Charlie Sheen. All right, Powerball. That was fucking crazy, but somebody won it back to like 20 million.
Yeah.
Boo.
Crazy shit.
All right. Well, it's been fun. How long has it been today?
I don't know. Hour 10?
Oh, is that all?
Hour 25?
We did good if it's only an hour and a half.
There we go.
All right. Well, we're glad you guys stuck around.
All
with
right,
us.
all right.
Here we go. We're out.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us. As always, it's been a while, but mental health still always going to be a big deal to us.
Big time.
It absolutely matters on this here show. So I don't screw it up, if you are having some issues, you don't exactly know where to turn to, pick up the phone, call 1-800-662-4357 for the National Mental Health Awareness Hotline. Somebody will be on the other end to help you out.
Absolutely. So if you're having bad thoughts about hurting yourself or others, pick up the phone and make a call. Somebody will be there to help you out.
That's all we've got tonight. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Hip, hip.
Cheerio.